that we cannot change people. Well, what do we mean by that? Well, let's look at 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. No matter how hard we work in the ministry, us personally cannot change people. And we had this at a recent Watchtower. Turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 6. Where he said, I planted, Apollos watered, but God kept making it grow. Yes, we can sow the seeds and we can water. And if we do the very best we can, we work hard at it, even if it's in our minds, doesn't seem like it's paying off. It's important that we understand that we cannot change the person. Only who can. The end of verse 6 says, but God kept making it grow. So our ministry is not determined by how much interest there are. The way we work at our ministry, it doesn't matter how they respond. Of course, that's joyous. But we do it because we love Jehovah and we have great concern for those in our territory. Even if it may appear that nobody is interested. But because of our heartfelt feeling and love for them, we do the best that they can. Now it's true, remember we cannot change people, but there is one thing that we can do. We can work to understand them. Why are they apathetic? Why do they feel this way? Is it us personally? No, it's not the case. So why are they apathetic? Well, we can reason on this. How do we feel working secularly in this system of things? How much joy do we really experience in the system of things based on secular things? Very little. In fact, most of the days that we work, we come home, we're tired, we're worn out. And it seems like no matter how much we try, we're kind of in the same place in a secular sense. The same cycle. Well, imagine those in our territories who are working as hard as they can to find joy in their life. Nothing works. So in their minds, it could be that they're apathetic because there's nothing else for them to do. They've tried everything. And so now here, maybe one of Jehovah's Witnesses come to their house with good news, and we know it works, but they don't. See, they don't understand it. We look at Jonah chapter 4 and verse 11. And it kind of explains the reason why they don't understand, or they might not be responsive. We look at Jonah chapter 4 and verse 11. It says there, and for my part, I do not... Okay, let's start again. And for my part, ought I not to feel sorry for Nineveh, the great city, in which there exist more than 120,000 men who do not know at all, know the difference between their right hand and their left, besides many domestic animals? So you notice it says, they don't know their right from their left. Now what does that mean? Does that mean they're mentally challenged? No. Because they were a people. But yet, what did he mean? Well, the Ninevites did not have any sound standard for judging what was proper or improper from God's standpoint. It basically means that they didn't know. They don't know the truth, so they don't know what standards. So they don't know what's right, what's wrong, what causes them to be joyful, what causes them to be sad. They have no idea. And so that's the basic reason why people may be apathetic. They just don't know. So should that cause us to shrink back or to slow down? No. We can take courage that there are still people who need to hear this good news. So we may not be able to change them, but we can try to understand them. And so in time, if we do our part, see, Jehovah will change them. He will cause their hearts to grow. So work to understanding those in our territory. Now the second point, or a specific area in which causes discernment, is that of health issues. Now health issues and physical limitations is a perfect opportunity for Satan to discourage us. Why? What does he do? He tries to get us to feel that what we do is worthless. See, we might think, especially for those who had good health, and then as the years went by, went to bad health, well, as we look back at our field ministry, our meetings, our activity, we cannot do the same things that we did before. And so Satan uses this as an opportunist to discourage us. Well, what reason do we have to be courageous? Well, to help us to understand this a little bit is to see things or see our activity as Jehovah does. We look at an example at 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verses 7 through 10. Should we feel disappointed that we cannot do the things that we used to? Let's look at 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7 through 10. And notice Paul's example. Now, through Paul's experience and his service, we can learn a lot from it. First 2 Corinthians chapter 12,